We appreciate the assistance, civilian. But what's your business here?
I prefer to keep my business to myself.
Then, if there's nothing left to discuss, I suggest you leave our compound immediately. Have you decided to cooperate and tell me what brought you here?
Pest exterminator. I heard you had a feral problem.
Evading my questions is a surefire way of getting yourself ejected from the compound. Are you from a local settlement?
Don't really have a home.
An answer that I hear often. If you want to continue pitching in, we could use an extra gun on our side.
At this rate, you'll be dead in 2 days, and I want no part of it.
Then there's no need for you to remain here. Now, unless you have any relevant information to share with us, I want you to leave our compound immediately. You can move along, civilian. Our situation might appear dire, but I've led my men through worse.
But I don't like the secrecy. Who are you, really?
Very well. I'm Paladin Dance, Brotherhood of Steel. Over there is Scribe Halen and Knight Reese. I've been trying to send a distress call to my superiors, but the signal's too weak to reach them.
Sir, if I may...
The deep-range transmitter. We infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here. So what do you say? You willing to lend the Brotherhood of Steel a hand?
This sounds like a fool's errand to me. You're on your own.
Then I suggest you get out of our way. I don't have any more time to waste.
Paladin Dance.
Have you reconsidered my request for support, civilian?
It's a good plan. If we make it back.
I can assure you that I wouldn't undertake this mission unless I had confidence in your abilities.
Sorry about the other guys.
Apologies are meaningless to me.
Okay, I deserve that. But understand that their attitude comes from being jammed through the ringer for the last few months. Look, it may not seem like it, but Dance is a good man. He's just all soldier.
Think you're some kind of hotshot?
You should pay attention. You might learn something.
Listen, smartass. I don't take advice from anyone except Top. You're hired help, and that's all there is to it.
Hired help or not, I got the job done.
Got some backbone. Good. You'll need it if you keep hanging with us. Now why don't you run off and see if Top needs you to do anything else?
Hey there.
Why are you standing around here like there's nothing to do? Paladin Dance is waiting for you.
You better get a move on.
Oh, man.
It's not a good
love
idea
that
to keep
sound.
Paladin Dance waiting.
You want into Diamond City, right?
No, not really.
Better head inside quick before old Danny catches on to the bluff.
I don't take orders from you.
Why don't we ask the newcomer? You support the news? Because the mayor's threatened to throw free speech in the dumpster.
Newspapers just like to stir up trouble.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring you into this argument, good sir.
This hasn't been the friendliest welcome.
He's got you there, McDonough. Guess not everyone gets won over by that shark smile of yours.
Now, was there anything particular you came to our city for?
Not really your business.
Hey, did I ever get the reason why you came to Diamond City? I need to write something for the logs.
Not really your business.
All right. Sorry I asked.
So what brings you to the Great Green Jewel?
Keeping my reasons to myself.
Didn't mean to pry.
Nice shot. But I'm gonna have to ask you to step back. Got a mess to clean up.
There a problem, officer?
Oh, don't even start with me. Why are you standing around here like there's nothing to do? Paladin Dance is waiting for you. Safety's off!
You better get a move on. It's not a good idea to keep Paladin...
Dance?
You ready to move out?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I need you to do whatever it takes to be combat ready. Gather anything you need from the police station so we can be on our way.
Why establish an outpost at the police station?
Given the nature of the facility, we felt it would be tactically advantageous to search it for weapons and ammunition. The radio tower on the roof was an unexpected boon, but it obviously has its shortcomings that need to be rectified. It might not be as imposing as the Citadel back in the capital wasteland, but it suits our purposes. That's all I'm willing to divulge at this point. Are you ready to proceed with the mission?
Not yet.
Get yourself together. We've got a job to do.
Why?
Excuse me, Paladin Dance?
You ready to move out?
Ready.
Outstanding. ArcJet is a short hike to the west. If we take this road, we should be able to avoid the larger packs of ferals infesting Cambridge. It appears as though the facility's automated security's already been dealt with.
I see that.
Damn it, I was hoping to avoid this. These robots were assaulted by Institute synths.
It sounds like you're scared of synths.
There's a measurable difference between being frightened and being prepared. Now, let's move out.
Push a button! Push everything! Damn it!
You must be terminated. Stealth capabilities.
Do something! Anything! I'm hit!
Engaging hostile life form.
Don't just stand there! I'm hit!
An Institute synth. Are you sure you want to do that?
Well, that could have gone smoother, but mission accomplished.
I don't need an evaluation.
Accepting constructive criticism is the best way to improve ourselves, both physically and mentally. However, this doesn't diminish your role in the operation. I'd like to compensate you for your assistance during this operation. I think you'll find this weapon useful. It's my own personal modification of the standard Brotherhood laser rifle. May it serve you well in battle.
A rifle? That can't be the best you've got.
It's all I can spare at the moment. You should learn to be a bit more thankful about what you receive. Aylin, Reese, it's time to welcome our newest recruit to the recon team. He shows a lot of promise, and with the proper guidance, I think he has the potential of becoming one of the best.
Recruit? After all I did to help, I was expecting more.
Hey, consider yourself lucky. It took me more than a month of training before they let me run my first mission.
So you decided to stay, huh? I expected you to take your payment and run.
I don't have to prove anything to you.
Yeah, you do. You need to prove that you aren't gonna put a round in my back the minute I turn around.
Reese, that's enough. Like it or not, you're going to have to learn to work together. And you need to understand what it means to be a part of the Brotherhood. We're not soldiers of fortune. We're an army, and we've dedicated our lives to uphold a strict code of ethics. If you intend to stay within our ranks, you need to obey our tenets without question.
I never was good at following the rules.
If you intend to stay with us, I expect you to take my advice seriously. From this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Initiate. This is only a training rank. I'm not permitted to grant ranks any higher than that.
I hate being the lowest rung on the totem pole.
Everyone starts out as an Initiate. It's not meant as a sign of disrespect towards your abilities.
Ad Victoriam, Initiate.
Scribe Halen?
Reese still giving you the cold shoulder.
I give up trying to get along with that guy.
Don't take it personally. It's not you. It's him. Reese bleeds Brotherhood. It's all he cares about. It's his family. It's his whole life.
I don't care. He needs to keep out of my way.
I hope that isn't a threat. I'm Brotherhood, and I swore an oath to stand by my brothers and sisters. If I even suspect for 1 second you intend to bring harm to my squad, I'll put you on the ground.
Excuse me.
All right, out with it. What's your game?
I don't have time for this.
Well, you better make time if you intend to stay on board. Look, I'm gonna cut you some slack because Dance trusts you. So, ready for your assignment, hero?
No, I need more time.
Why am I not surprised?
Most resilient man in the Commonwealth. Funny.
Engaging hostile life form.
That's that! People of the Commonwealth, we are the Brotherhood of Steel.
Cavalry's arrived, and it looks like they sent in the big guns. That being said, you're about to get to know the Pridwen up close and personal. I've received orders that we're both to report to her immediately.
Can you believe synths are replacing humans with exact duplicates? Makes me sick.
Well, are you ready for your mission now, or what?
Ready.
Then listen up. You plan on completing that mission standing around or what? What the hell are you waiting around for? Quit screwing around and get out there. You got your orders. Move like you got a purpose.
Hi.
If you want to impress me, complete the op I gave you. Otherwise, we've got nothing to talk about. The Commonwealth isn't getting any safer with you hanging around the police station. Get going. Don't you have a mission to complete? Still here? Damned if I know what Topsy's in you. Where I come from, you get orders, you carry them out. Now move it. You ever want to get on my good side? You get your ass out there pronto and clear that location.
Find the Geiger counter.
The poor soul.
Paladin?
Freeze. One more step and I'll blow your damn head off. Who are you? Who sent you? How did you get in here?
Back off, old man.
No. I can't trust you. Or the Brotherhood.
Godless freaks, die!
So, you're the one Paladin Danse has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
I think I've already proven that you're wrong.
A Brotherhood soldier earns merit by respecting the ideals created by our Elder, not by simply killing the enemy and following orders. As the captain of this vessel, I won't allow anyone to jeopardize our mission, no matter how valuable they think they are. Understood?
It's not like I have a choice.
If you want to remain with us, then you're right. You don't. That's all for now, soldier.
The road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute scientists have created a weapon. I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
If you cared about them, you'd leave them to their own devices.
Leaving them to their own devices is what reduced this metropolis to ruins in the first place. I'm a bit surprised that you don't realize that by now.
You're not going to convince me you're right.
Yet despite that, Paladin Danse still feels you'd be an asset to the Brotherhood. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Knight.
Only a knight? Why not a paladin like Danse?
The Brotherhood maintains a strict hierarchy, organized by rank. Paladin is several ranks above Knight, and it took Danse many years to achieve that goal. Welcome aboard the Pridwen, soldier. Make us proud.
Now!
Target reacquired!
My father and his father were part of the Brotherhood. Thought never crossed my mind that
There you are. How did it go with Elder Maxson?
He sounds pretty delusional to me. You don't actually buy everything he's saying, do you?
You shouldn't judge Maxson on his words alone. His actions prove his sincerity. Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you screw up, we go down together.
I'm not comfortable being watched so closely.
Well, you better get used to it. If you want to remain a part of the Brotherhood of Steel, you're going to have to adjust to the military way of life.
Proctor Quinlan.
Ah, good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
Clean your glasses, Pops.
Pops? What does that mean? Oh, wait, I see. That's in reference to my age. Clever. I'll make a note of that.
Cade?
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
As long as it doesn't involve petroleum jelly and rubber gloves, I'm ready.
No. This isn't that sort of examination. As a child, Were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
Check your records, Doc. I'm not from around here.
What's that?
So, you're the new recruit I heard about. Not what I was expecting.
I don't care. I didn't join up to impress everyone.
Alright, easy night. I didn't mean anything by it. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me.
You should add teaching charm school lessons to the list.
Sorry to disappoint you, but when you're as busy as I am, there isn't much time for bowing and curtsying. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
I hardly noticed.
Can't tell if you're patronizing me or trying to be polite. How about I just forget you mentioned it? Anyway, I'm sure you're here to get your hands on some power armor. There's a pretty decent T-60 suit sitting in Bay 3 that's all yours. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
The human-looking synths are the worst. They hide in plain sight.
Just fixed a few power armor mods and get—
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage, I promise that I won't bite.
You must be in there for a reason. Maybe I'll keep my distance.
I'm only having a bit of fun with you, Knight.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Pridwen's crew, are you ready for your next assignment, brother?
Not yet.
Well, do what you have to do.
Now that you've had a chance to roam the Pridwen, what do you think, Knight?
Frankly, I'm amazed it flies.
I'm disappointed how callously you're judging her. It took the Brotherhood's sharpest minds over 2 years to design, and more than twice that to build.
All that time, and this is the best they could come up with?
She may not be beautiful, but she's safe, reliable, and heavily armored enough to keep the riffraff from bringing her down. Her presence in the Commonwealth ensures that our mission to defeat the Institute will end in victory.
If they don't blow it out of the sky first.
You need to learn to have a bit more faith in your brothers and sisters, soldier.
Excuse me, Elder Maxson.
You're not getting another assignment until Fort Strong has been secured.
Elder Maxson?
You're not getting another assignment until Fort Strong has been secured.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
They're no different from anyone else.
Have you taken leave of your senses? These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward, only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand how important these missions are.
Enough preaching already. I get it.
Adjustments. Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
Too bad it wasn't the Institute.
Not to worry, Knight. You'll be dealing with them sooner than you think. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport.
The best weapon for survival out here is a pocket full of caps.
Signal grenades are usually reserved for our paladins. In your case, you should be grateful that I'm making an exception.
Hold up, Knight. Let me make one thing clear. As a member of the Brotherhood, you serve under my command. If you want my respect, you will have to earn it.
I have orders from Elder Maxson, Captain.
And those are your top priority. But you take orders from me as well. I want you to take charge of a recovery operation. The Brotherhood has been monitoring the Commonwealth for some time now. We've dispatched a number of reconnaissance teams. Paladin Dance's squad was far from the first.
The previous team was dispatched 3 years ago. They never reported back. Officially, they're missing. Presumed dead.
Paladin Brandis's team.
Where did you hear that name? You found them. Report.
They're dead. What did you expect?
I expected you to show them some respect. They earned it.
Even Paladin Brandis?
Paladin Brandis survived, but he was out of his mind. I killed him.
Damn it.
Very well. Is there anything else? I've received reports that supplies have been disappearing from our supply depot at the airport. I suspect this may be an inside job.
Let the scribes deal with this.
They filed their reports. This is now a security matter. And security is your job, Knight.
I have other responsibilities, Captain.
I'm making this your responsibility, Knight. I expect results. See that I get them. You have your orders, Knight. See to them.
Let me guess. Captain Kells sent you?
I'm just looking around.
This is a supply depot, not a tourist attraction. If you don't have business here, clear out. I know every soldier in this unit. The thought that anyone would question their loyalty makes me sick. If you have any more questions, go bother Lucia or Clark.
Sergeant?
What is it now? Was there something else, or are you just wasting my time?
Sergeant Gavel.
What do you want?
You're here about the thefts, right? Look, I already told Sergeant Gavel everything I know.
Watch your tone, Initiate.
Sorry, sir.
Knight Lucia, Logistics. What can I do for you, Knight?
What's it like working in logistics?
It's not a bad post. Sergeant Gavel is tough, but I've learned a lot from working here. I guess some people take to it and some don't. Like Clark.
What about Clark?
We joined the Brotherhood around the same time, about 2 years ago. We've always been friends. Well, until recently.
In my experience, hotshots and big mouths end up with closed casket funerals.
Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please, didn't you want to hear about my experiment?
Unless you like getting radiation sickness,
That's it.
2 more spools and... Oh, sorry. Can I help you?
You've been covering for Clark. Why?
What? What are you talking about?
I read your journal, Lucia. I want to know what's going on here.
You what? All right.
Select your targets carefully down here. These automobiles tend to explode when struck by weapons fire.
Wait there.
Roger. Holding position.
What are you doing down here?
I want answers, Clark. Start talking. Or else.
Someone was bound to catch me eventually.
Out with it.
All right, I stole the damn supplies. Isn't it obvious? I'm in logistics. No one even questioned me when I took them out of the terminal. I've been bringing them down here at night to feed the ghouls.
I won't tell anyone. Just make sure I don't regret it.
You won't. I'll find some other way to feed them. No one else will ever know.
Report, Knight. Have you completed your investigation into the missing supplies?
Feral ghouls stole them.
You can't be serious. Feral ghouls snuck into our base, raided supplies, and escaped multiple times without anyone noticing?
You underestimate them.
We'll consider this matter closed. Good work, Knight. We have squires in need of training. They're young recruits. They need a good example to follow.
I don't have time for that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, hold up there. First time in Good Neighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
Get back to hell.
I like you already. Walk into a new place, make a show of dominance. You stay cool, and you'll be part of the neighborhood.
No Commonwealth settlement wants a ghoul with 200 years of Vault-Tec sales experience.
Hey, you know, you could head back to Sanctuary. I'll come visit. I promise.
Really? You will? Okay. I'll head over there right now. You promise you'll come visit, right? I'll see you there.
That thing shouldn't be living anywhere. It should be put out of its misery.
I know you're from the Institute. So where's Kellogg? Huh?
Kellogg's been taken care of.
Dead. He's dead. Don't you lie to me.
I killed him myself.
Did you? You killed him, eh? Then what do you want with me?
I know you were part of it, and you escaped. They sent Kellogg to kill you. I need whatever information you've got. Anything to help me get into the Institute.
I'm sorry, what? You want to get into the Institute? The relay is the only way in and out of the Institute. You understand? The only one. That means you're going to have to use it. Now, have you ever seen an Institute courser?
Anyone who kills a courser is good in my book.
Yeah, we're all friends now. Let's skip to the part where you help me.
I don't know if I like your attitude.
Des, show me that sweet bass number. Come on, baby. Yeah, we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
What the? Ow! Lock and load. Not getting past me.
That is going to stop me.
Look alive,
Long live the Brotherhood. What do you need, General?
I have plans here to build a signal interceptor that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them. We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
I'm not sure I can explain how it works, but a former Institute scientist gave me these plans.
There can't be too many former Institute scientists running around loose. I guess he'd be likely to know what he's talking about. If anyone can help you, it'd be Sturgis.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
Just tell me what we need so I can get started.
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works? I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry.
Here's that holotape you gave me, full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
What do you hope to find?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
If this thing even looks at me the wrong way, I'm putting it down.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir.
What is it?
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile.
Good. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
They can be made docile with a code. Interesting. I'll have to make a note of that.
Well, he might not be alone up there.
B592, initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
Boss? I'll take this.
Anything useful?
This is... Kitten. That settlement Lucas Miller was talking about?
Wipe that. Tango down. Keep your heads down. You leave me no choice.
Our latest intelligence tells us you've infiltrated the Institute and liberated a valuable holotape from their facility. I'm quite disappointed you chose to build the signal interceptor without the Brotherhood, Knight. However, you've secured passage to and from their facility, which was one of our primary goals. Since you've unexpectedly accelerated our plans, I now have 2 missions for you to complete. First and foremost, I want you to bring that holotape to Proctor Ingram right away. There could be data vital to the success of our mission on that tape. The second part of your mission requires a bit of background to explain. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
By recruiting, you mean they forced her to join?
Being at war leaves little room for compassion. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel.
I want to know what to do if she refuses.
Nothing that would provoke a hostile response.
Dr. Lee.
You again. What do you want now? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out. Where are you going?
I received word that Dr. Lee's died by your hands. I demand to know what went wrong.
I was fighting and she got caught in the crossfire. It was an accident.
Whether it was accidental or not, you've still failed the assignment. Your instructions were clear. You were to infiltrate the Institute, find Dr. Lee, and convince her to return to the Brotherhood. Instead, you've decided to become her executioner. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Knight.
I stand by my actions.
Do you? Well, if nothing else, you have the courage to stand your ground. That doesn't absolve you from your mistake. Fortunately, this incident doesn't change our current strategy. We have a contingency plan that's already being put into effect that should ensure completion of our special project. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to bring it to her immediately. And Knight, don't disappoint me again.
A battle memorial to the fallen. We should observe a moment of silence.
No! Kill them all!
What the hell is the matter with you? We don't murder innocents. We need to talk. Now.
Not now. I've got other things on my mind.
I don't like being ignored. It's unacceptable. You'd better wise up and speak to me if you care about our partnership.
Paladin Dance.
You ready to have that talk now? I'm tired of waiting.
Sounds serious.
That's an understatement. Now listen up, because I'm only going to tell you this once. We're out here in the Commonwealth, representing the Brotherhood of Steel. And I'm doing my damnedest to keep you on the straight and narrow by taking you under my wing and showing you the way. But it seems you've decided to throw all that away, to ignore everything I've been teaching you. If you decide to continue along this path, I won't be a part of it any longer. We'll end our partnership and go our separate ways.
I don't care. I'm sick of following your ridiculous rules.
Those rules that you're mocking are the foundation of the Brotherhood. I refuse to watch you trample all over them with reckless abandon and remain silent. It's never too late to evaluate yourself and change. I know there's still potential within you. What I think you need to do is step back and take a good look at yourself. If I'm right, I don't think you'll like what you'll see. And then maybe you'll do something about it.
You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
You mean being zapped into energy and then put back together again? Piece of cake.
You can make jokes all you want. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
This is a waste of time.
This isn't a request, Knight. Maxson put you on this project for a reason. I suggest you follow his orders to the letter. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. What we need is a robotics expert, and there's someone in Diamond City that fits the bill.
How do you feel about our relationship?
Your teamwork is on a downward trajectory. You need to do something about it before it's too late.
How do you feel about our relationship?
I think you're a loose cannon, and at this rate, you're gonna wind up dead.
How do you feel about us?
Honestly, I don't think we're an effective team right now.
How do you think things are between us?
Judging from your behavior, it's obvious you don't intend to treat our teamwork seriously.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
When it comes to being an effective soldier, you really have a lot to learn.
Excuse me, but my name's Professor Skara. And in answer to what I expect to be your next question, Professor is my first name, not my title. The whole thing's rather complicated. Perhaps I'll explain it to you sometime.
I'm certain that would be an interesting tale.
So, now that I've formally introduced myself, perhaps you'd care to tell me why you're here.
Pack your things. You're working for the Brotherhood of Steel now.
Am I? I don't seem to recall agreeing to anything of the sort.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Professor?
You call this a good start? This poor thing's memory core was completely corrupted. Haven't you people ever heard of inertial dampeners? Titanium shock casing?
Charming, isn't she?
Maybe I should teach her some manners.
That's not necessary. She isn't gonna be much good to us if she's lying in a hospital bed. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
All right, Ingram. Enough with the school lessons. Here's a list of materials you'll need, and the plans to make the actuators.
The site can help you, kid. It always has answers. Just gotta bring me some jet so I can see what it wants to tell you.
Here. Already have some.
Like a little kick yourself, huh? This'll do. Now, let me ride the high to where the site wants to take me.
Help me! Vaporized! Have you lost your mind? God damn! You have some nerve walking away from me like this. We're done. Do you hear me? We're done! God damn it, I've had it. We're through.
Why? What's the matter?
Have you taken leave of your senses? I told you I wasn't going to put up with your disregard for the Brotherhood's rules. Plain and simple. But you've apparently decided to ignore everything I've taught you. And worse still, you've dishonored the Brotherhood with your actions. I trusted you, soldier. Now you've taken that trust and cast it aside like you didn't have a care in the world. Well, I've had just about all I can stomach. You've left me no choice. I'm done with you.
Finally. I'm surprised you stuck around this long.
Unbelievable. I gave you a chance, and you squandered it. I'll provide you whatever advice you need to defeat our common enemy. But you can consider our partnership terminated.
Paladin.
No. We're done talking.
Please continue assisting Proctor Ingram in any way that you can.
Excuse me, Elder Maxson.
I'm eagerly awaiting Liberty Prime's completion, Knight. Return to your duties. Liberty Prime is the linchpin of our operation. Make certain you follow Ingram's orders to the letter.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Thank goodness. I've finished restoring Prime's basic programming, but trying to explain to him why he can't walk is testing my patience.
Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes.
I'll run down to the Super Duper Mart and pick some up.
Cute.
Excuse me.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground. In time.
We have a situation.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. Well, Professor, I have to admit, We couldn't have done this without you.
I appreciate the confidence, but I'm still a bit concerned. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime.
Maybe I should stand back.
Don't be ridiculous. I've checked every connection, every circuit myself.
Liberty Prime, back online.
He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Professor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it.
He's no match for Institute technology.
You say that now, but wait until you see the big guy in action. You'll change your tune. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's gratitude for you. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
I'm not sure I like how you're asking me that.
And I don't appreciate being betrayed by my own soldiers. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
The data must be faulty.
The findings have been validated by multiple sources. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
After everything I've done for the Brotherhood, you have some nerve accusing me of lying.
Your outburst leads me to believe I've misjudged you. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
Danse deserves a chance to explain himself.
You will do it. This is not up for judgment or debate. I'm giving you a direct order, Knight, and I expect you to follow it without question. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me.
What the hell is this crap about Danse being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity.
So he sets Danse up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
I don't like your tone, Halen.
My tone. Who cares about protocol at a time like this?
You're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges.
My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us?
Before the Pridwen showed up, Danse had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth.
I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Danse?
Because I didn't know.
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxson's orders. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for.
I won't do it, Danse.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
Maxson's wrong.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
I refuse because your orders are ridiculous.
How dare you? Danse isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory.
How can you say that about
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
You're comparing Danse to a nuclear bomb?
This machine might not be a bomb, but its goal is exactly the same. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured.
Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. So I'm willing to forgive your previous insubordination. Now either you execute Dance, or I will.
For the good of the Brotherhood, he needs to die. But I won't pull the trigger myself.
I'm disappointed in you, Knight. Stand aside. I'm disappointed you weren't able to carry out Dance's execution on your own, Knight.
I still think this was wrong.
Then consider this a lesson to reflect upon as your service to the Brotherhood continues. I'm returning to the Pridwen, Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. Welcome back, Knight. I'm pleased to see that the incident at Listening Post Bravo hasn't shaken your spirit. Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
Body's not even cold, and you're already dividing the loot?
To the victor go the spoils. Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment.
Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dance has been settled, we can return to our primary mission. The Railroad. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take.
Fine, but it hardly seems worth our time.
The Railroad may not appear to be a threat, but I can assure you they are a potential danger. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Should have buried those idiots when I was dealing with the chip.
Yes. It's quite disappointing that you allowed them to proceed this far.
Our sources tell us that the Railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here.
I'm not really the hacking type.
Then find someone who is and take them with you. I'd hate to see that robot go to waste just because you don't know a terminal from the rear end of a Brahmin.
I hope I don't need to remind you that the acquisition of technology is one of our most sacred tenets.
Long live the Brotherhood!
Damn it!
Well, it appears that the Railroad won't be a hindrance to our future operations. Those sympathizers got exactly what they deserved. I'm also dismayed that you were unable to recover Pam for the Brotherhood. It was an amazing piece of pre-war technology that could have proved quite beneficial to us.
We've been feeding him power through the Pridwen's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
Turning out to be quite a grocery list to get that hunk of junk running.
Hey, I was handed a crate full of burned out spare parts with no blueprints, and I still managed to get the big guy put back together. Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
No way. You're staying here.
Hey, I might be walking around with metal rods shoved into my spine, but I can still take care of myself.
Forget it, Ingram. It's too dangerous.
Fine. Have it your way. I just hope you don't bring back a paperweight by mistake.
Unit down! Damn it!
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
What ended up happening at Mass Fusion?
Our troops did the best they could, but the synths overwhelmed them. We lost some good men back there.
Fusion core reinitialized. Liberty Prime. Full system analysis. All systems nominal.
Gavel.
Keep your guard up.
Initiate.
You were there for me. It's time I return the favor.
For victory! For the Brotherhood!
Protocols active. All French forces remain in close proximity.
Long live the Brotherhood.
No mercy! Our work here is done. Proctor Ingram, it's time to teleport us out.
Sorry, Elder, I would, but... well, this child showed up. He claims to be the Paladin's son, sir.
You're not going anywhere with me. You're not my son.
All right, Ingram. Fire it up.
Hang on. You're telling me you'd leave that kid here to die?
It's none of your damn business, Ingram. Now get us out of here.
Fine. Whatever you say, sir.
Elder Maxson?
You've done an exemplary job here, Paladin. Without your unwavering loyalty to our cause, this victory would never have been possible.
I didn't do this for the Brotherhood. I did this for myself.